What do you guys do or have you guys done to promote / maintain a good relationship with each other?
Good question. What we've done to help promote a good relationship, I think number one is I think in our relationship foundationally has been God. God has been a big part of what we do, and we don't just say that just to say it. We literally try to live it, and we've noticed the difference that it's been having God as a foundation. And then the other thing is communication. I would say just communicating and finding ways of how she loves to be, how we can communicate more effectively, and just kind of, what would you say to that?
Yeah, and then like allotting time for our relationship, allotting time to spend time together, and
quality time. Not just time, quality time.
Because we can be sitting in the same couch, him on his phone and him on my phone, but we're not interacting. Quality time is one. Going on little dates. We call them day dates now that we're parents.
Day dates, because night dates don't work. Day nights don't work because the kids are sleeping.
So day dates and definitely open communication between us too.
How do you guys resolve disputes when it comes up?
Definitely. So marriage, we're gonna have disputes. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen. How have we been able to resort? I think one of the things we've learned is it's a biblical principle, and it says don't go to sleep angry. And we try not to we've literally tried to live by that. Hey, if she's mad, can we talk about this? Hey, if I'm mad, can we talk about this? But not going to sleep mad, I would say.
Yeah, that's the biggest one, and we've stuck to that big time. And I think now over the years, it's become easier. I know at the beginning we would stay up till the wee hours of the morning.
Sometimes stay 2, 3 in the morning, but trying to resolve.
But now it's just keeping that communication going and talking it out and not holding those feelings in against each other, or whenever we just don't see eye to eye within a topic or a thing, then we talk it out.
What made you realize he or she was the one?
The one. No, I'm just kidding. The one. That's a good question. The one, I think, it's, for me personally, it was, we had dated for a while. We had broken up
3 times.
I had messed up. We dated again. So we're back and forth. So this was back and forth. But I think for me, that's something that made me the one is when I remember waking up and, God revealed it to me in my heart. Because as guys, we're is this we're always we're very, we're all over the place sometimes. Is it? It's not. But I think for me, what if she's the one? What if she's not? But I think for me, one of the things that gave me peace of mind is when I literally that morning I woke up, I read a devotional, and then that moment I just felt God saying what are you waiting for? And one of my friends said this to me. He said, could you live? And this is a powerful advice that I always share with people. Could you live? Could you see your, at the time, girlfriend, she's my wife, could you see her walking down the aisle and not walking down the aisle with another person and be okay with it? And that question really hit me because I'm could I see Vanessa walking down to an aisle with another guy and I live with that for the rest of my life? And so for me, that was I can't do that. And that was a special, deep moment for me that happened. So,
And for me, it was a little different. For me, it was just kind of it was weird. It was an assurance, this guy's gonna be okay. Then there was a point in our relationship, I think at this point we were dating for almost 6 years at this point. I prayed a prayer and I was like, God, if this is a man for me, he was going off to seminary and I was trying to go back to school. And I said, Lord, if this is it, please help me make a way. He was going off to Andrews, Michigan, and we were in California. And make a way for me to go to school. And he literally made a way. Within 2 weeks, I got financially cleared for school. I got transcript passed with flying colors. And when I say everything was working, nothing was going wrong. It was just going to plan. And I was okay, you know what, God, you're affirming this decision.
It's huge.
And that's what solidified my decision with him.
What has been the most difficult situation you have faced in marriage, and how did this situation strengthen your relationship?
Year one.
Yeah, year one for sure.
Year one, we after we got
Living
married,
together, you're
yeah,
like,
we moved to Texas.
Yeah, we moved to Texas. We didn't have mom or dad from both sides, and so it was like kind
No
of
family, no friends.
Which looking back, I think it was helpful to our marriage because it helped us like grow even faster and grow with each other. But I would say year one for sure was that, and all the differences. And what was it?
I mean, it was just learning how to live with someone new. The one and only car we had getting crashed and totaled, and us having to get a new car, and by only having one car, learning to coordinate schedules for him dropping me off at work and him also doing ministry.
That's right.
It was a lot that first year of marriage. But how did we overcome it? It was just God.
Yeah, man.
We ultimately say that our first year we were able to stay married and in our relationship because of God.
Yeah. And it's faith, and God and faith. I think having faith and confidence to know that, I know God brought us together. Yeah, I know God has the best for us. And this is maybe the trials that were going to strengthen us. Mm-hmm. And so for me, that's been a huge one in our first year of marriage. I always tell people, just be ready for first year of marriage. I don't like to paint it as oh my gosh, you guys are the best year. No, it's like, it's gonna be. It might be, it might be. But it's just learning to live together. That first year for sure was huge.
How did you make finances work?
Finance, the big question of every marriage. Finance.
Like we said, year one.
Year one for sure. How do we make it work? I think one of the things that helped us is when people started giving us tools to rely on. Like one of them, I think, was Dave Ramsey that helped us kind of.
Our church actually hosted
financial peace, and I always recommend it to anybody out there that always, and what it helped us do is pretty much get our finances in order and budget. And thankfully, through the years, we've been able to do that. And people say, how are you doing in California with one income? God is good, and we've been able to kind of budget and make sure, we
learn where we stand financially.
Yeah, make sure, and enjoy what we can and do what we can. So that's been like,
What is the most challenging part of marriage, being in a marriage?
Challenging part of marriage?
I think the fact that we're two individuals.
And so different sometimes.
We're very different, and learning to live under the same roof.
Yes.
And maintaining our identity, because that's very important in a marriage. Yeah, you do become one, but at the same time, we're also individuals. And it's learning to accept who he is or who she is, accept some of the things that, that she likes or he likes, some hobbies and whatnot.
Basketball.
Basketball for him, and for me it's the arts, the crafts, the design, and the creative aspect. And he's an extrovert, I'm an introvert. So we
just try to work it out. But definitely it's like what I said, for sure.
Has religion or your view of God ever been a reason for conflict or disagreement?
Not really. I think that has helped actually when you guys both have the same kind of, I don't want to say religious viewpoints, but the same faith journey, the same walk, the same belief system, the same values, all these, the same worldview, like the same in the sense of like you guys both are kind of coordinating, and I think it builds upon what you have. So I think for us, we haven't been able to have discussions over many of that just because I think we both align on that same kind of, same value system, same spiritual beliefs and things like that. So.
And I would say it's also important, if one partner is more quote unquote spiritually stronger, it's great that he's been able to help my faith walk and I've been able to help his faith walk. Because I know first coming into the relationship, I was scared. I was like, you're going to go into ministry? I'm not a strong Christian per se, but God, it's been so good. And he's helped me in my faith walk. And
she says some deep stuff sometimes, say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, and that's kind of also fallen into like our parenting now, and it's helped a lot
Yeah, for
having
sure.
the same viewpoints when it comes to parenting.
No, definitely, I would agree.
If you have more than one child, did you learn something new from that child that made you a better parent? If so, what did you learn?
So many lessons learned.
Yeah. The biggest one for me, and I think we can attest, is patience.
Yeah.
You know, there's a verse that says, "Love is
Patience.
So for me, that's been the biggest one in children. It's like trying to be patient. She sends me a lot of great stuff that have helped me, like how to help better parenting. You know, but I think for us, I would say patience, and you know.
Our both of our boys are yin and yang.
Oh yeah.
Our eldest is very calm, very methodical about he does things. He's very particular about doing some things, and very kind, gentle soul. And then our youngest is complete
Tornado.
opposite. Tornado
Earthquake.
comes into the room and socializing with everybody. Hi. But he also carries a pretty strong character. So God has really been teaching me as a mother a lot lately with Isaiah, and it's taught me a lot about, like Jonathan said, patience and learning to view things differently and be more kind in my approach and more understanding of him.
That's right.
Because, you know, he has a little temper or whatnot. It's being able to come down to his level and understand where this either frustration's coming from or whatnot, because both boys deal with their frustrations differently.
Definitely.
And so having a lot of more empathy now.
Empathy, sure.
What has been the greatest obstacle you guys have faced over the time that you have been married?
Obstacle? I think obstacle has been maybe finance, and then just the moves going from one place to the other. Like, it's, you know, we went from getting married and then going to Houston, which we didn't know nobody, and pretty much that was a journey in itself. And then now leaving Houston and coming over here, and now stepping into like coming back to California. Like, all those things are just, you know, shifts in life. When you shift a family, when you move, I think all of that just definitely is obstacles in life that you figure out, you find out, and at the end of the day, you grow from it. But yeah.
And also like accepting who he is as a person,
Right.
and not trying to like change him, because I'm my personality type is like, oh, I want to help him, I want to change him, I want to do, and I'm like, no, but that's who he is. That's we both have grown in our relationship, and we have grown as individuals together, and I think learning to live with another person too has been one.
Last question. What advice would you give to your kid about marriage that you wish you knew before?
Whoa, okay. That's like a mic drop moment. Like, all right. What advice would I give my kid that I wish I would know?
You're marrying your best friend.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. You're marrying your best friend. And I love that, because it is so true. Like, in the last, we're celebrating 7 years this year, and what we've learned of marriage. But yeah, we've been together. We've known each other for almost like
12 years.
I was about to say 20, but 12.
Feels like
12,
it.
yeah, it does. And I must say that, yes, like, make sure that when you step into this marriage, somebody that you really, not just, don't step into somebody that you really can see life together with. I think for me that's huge. That you can enjoy life together with. That you can understand that there is a God who loves you. That there is a God who wants the best for you. And at the end of the day, you have this choice to make. That it's a beautiful choice to spend the rest of your life with someone. So that's what I would say.